Hello Capricorn, this is your astrology forecast for July. Well, it's an exciting month because there's a lot happening, especially as Jupiter, planet of good fortune, abundance, blessings, changes sign in the middle of the month. But more about that a little bit later. Let me break the month down into bite-sized pieces with the important dates that you need to be looking out for. On the 2nd of the month, we breathe a huge sigh of relief as Mercury goes direct. Mercury rules communications, technology, travel, and of course as I'm doing this video, Mercury is retrograde and a noisy set of school children pass my door. But okay, that's Mercury retrograde for you. Things happen when you don't particularly want them to happen. But Mercury will be direct on the 2nd of the month, thereby making your communications much easier, especially in the workplace. This Mercury happening in your 6th house, so communications with in the workplace, with people you work with. It's also a great time now if you need to sign a contract connected with work, any kind of contracts, any kind of deal, an important deal. Yes, you're full steam ahead now, especially as Venus is there as well for the first 17-18 days of the month in your 6th house, thereby bringing somebody helpful to you in the workplace. Somebody kind, somebody who wants to help you in some way. And on the 12th of the month, we've got a full moon in your sign. So this full moon here in your 1st house, Capricorn, and it's Pluto, close to your Pluto, and yes, I know many of you going through huge changes, especially connected with relationships. And of course the full moon time where the sun is in Leo and the moon is in Capricorn, sun is in Cancer. This Mercury retrograde, please forgive me, I'm sure many of you have been experiencing that and will identify with all kinds of tongue twisters and thoughts that you have got going in your head that you can't get out. So that really has been going on a little with me, to say the least. So we've got this opposing energy going on with this full moon, which is shining a light on you, wanting you to take the power back in your life, and at the same time a lot of growth been happening in your relationships. Lots of changes happening in your relationships, some new beginnings and also some endings have been going on. But all that is about to change, because on the 17th of the month we've got Jupiter, planet of good fortune, going into your 8th house, the 8th house of other people's money, other people's resources. And it's going to be there until August the 12th of next year. So this is expanding now. Wherever Jupiter touches, it wants you to learn, but also to grow. So this Jupiter energy could bring you an inheritance. It could bring you good fortune from somebody who wants to sponsor you. Maybe you want to put something on crowdfunding or GoFundMe, because the Jupiter energy could well attract a lot of interest. As well, the Jupiter energy could attract an investor. If you've got a good business idea, you may find that somebody really wants to invest in you, especially if you can present it in your nice, coherent, strategically planned way, Capricorns, because you're very good with strategy. And it's also a time of possibly going deeper into your sexuality, deeper into an intimacy that you've never touched before, learning how to trust and go deeper with the person or people in your life. It's exciting. And on the 19th of July, Venus coming into your 7th house of relationship, Capricorns. So lovely time, and the sun is there until the 22nd of the month. So this could well bring, for those of you looking for a relationship, this is a great time for meeting somebody. For those of you in a relationship, this softens any of the edges that might have come up or issues that have come up. This is a good time for really making friends again, making things good, bringing romance back into your relationships. And equally it can bring a good business relationship into your life as well. And on the 23rd of July, we've got the Sun here moving into your 8th house as well. A lot of activity in the 8th house for you Capricorns. And as well on the 26th of the month, we've got a new moon in Leo, new beginnings, as well in this 8th house for you. So there's a big focus on the 8th house this month for you, and also for the coming year, very much about looking at ways in which you can deepen your understanding of something. So if you're interested in astrology, tarot, numerology, metaphysics, you could really decide, hey, I want to go into this. I really want to go deeper. So you might study it. The Jupiter might cause you to decide to study it. Or you might decide that you want to share it and make it into a career. Or you want to go into psychology and the workings of the mind. This too would be great during this time. Or you may decide you want to go into finances. You want to learn how to use finances and maybe manage other people's assets. And of course, being a Capricorn, being sensible, you'll be very, very good at that. So we've had Mars in Libra for many months and still here in your 10th house for the first 27 days. So this is a great time still for most of this month to force your way ahead with your career, with your work, what it is you want to achieve, to put energy into it. It's not the best time for working in teams or groups particularly. It's better to work autonomously, and Capricorns generally you prefer that anyway. But on the 27th of the month, this Mars is going to move into your 11th house. And it's energizing your friendships, your dreams, your wishes. And with Saturn there, it's going to enable you to put a structure. Saturn's your ruler, we know. And so you can maybe restructure your networks, make them really powerful and effective. Because let's face it, networks now are really important. They're important to any business. Social networking, all the different networks, YouTube. How can you make it practical and useful? This is what's going to come from this Mars energy, and Mars really powerfully activating your friendships in some way, and maybe using those friendships in a very constructive way. So it's powerful times. As well, we've got Uranus to Jupiter, Jupiter to Uranus, making a trine aspect on and off for much of this year, particularly in September, March and June of next year. And this is really exciting because for you with the Uranus-Jupiter energy, this can be a sudden windfall, a sudden money coming from somewhere unexpectedly. As well, you may suddenly move, you may suddenly travel somewhere, something suddenly happening. And as well, we've got a kind of challenging aspect. It's this quincunx aspect, 150-degree aspect of a quincunx here between Saturn, your ruler, and Uranus. So what quincunxes mean are generally making compromises. You need to kind of like adjust. It's an adjustment process. And so for you, Saturn, Capricorns, you always know how to be responsible and take on responsibility. The Uranus energy wants you to be free, to free up your mind, to free up possibilities. Maybe you want to sell or buy, and it's been difficult. Well, you know, this Uranus energy wants you to think outside the box and come up with some new ideas. And the Saturn energy says, okay, those are great ideas, and now how can we make them useful? How can we structure those ideas so that we can get a positive result? And this is happening at 16 degrees. So any planets that you've got at 16 degrees are going to be powerfully affected by this. So there you have it. That's the month ahead. I'd love you to come for a reading so that I can share with you in your chart what this Jupiter transit is going to mean for you this year. And of course all the other transits. So please check out my website, link below. And I just want to thank you all for commenting, sharing, subscribing. I really appreciate it. Have a great month. Bye for now.